Many people spend their lives searching for motivation as if it were a lost object, something hidden, waiting to be discovered. They look for it in external sources, a powerful video, a moving speech, a perfect playlist. But these are fleeting sparks. They burn brightly and fade quickly. True motivation does not come from outside. It arises from within. It is not about finding the right time, the right feeling, or the right inspiration. It is about cultivating the right state of being. This inner motivation is not loud. It does not shout, it whispers. And to hear it, one must first become still. This is where self-awareness begins. To know what you truly want, not just in a moment of excitement, but in the quiet hours of your life, is to begin unlocking motivation. You must ask yourself, why do I want to be fit? What does strength mean to me? What am I willing to do when no one is watching? The answers to these questions reveal the roots of your drive, but self-awareness alone is not enough. The mind may understand the purpose, yet the body resists. This is where discipline enters. Discipline is the bridge between understanding and action. It is doing what you said you would do, even after the desire has faded. It is the quiet repetition of effort when the initial energy has long disappeared. Without discipline, self-awareness is only potential. With discipline, it becomes power. Most people wait to feel motivated before they act. This is a mistake. In truth, action generates motivation. A disciplined person moves forward regardless of how they feel. And in that movement, energy is created. That small act of showing up, lacing the shoes, stepping onto the mat, lifting the weight, becomes a spark. And when done consistently, these sparks ignite a fire, not one of emotion, but of inner purpose. Therefore, unlocking motivation is not a search, but a cultivation. Like a gardener tending to a tree, you do not force the fruit to grow. You create the conditions for growth. Self-awareness is the seed. Discipline is the water. And with patience, motivation blossoms, not as something temporary, but as a way of living. When people speak of fitness, they often limit it to muscles, speed, endurance, or physical appearance. They talk of the body as if it exists in isolation, as if strength is only what can be measured by weight or time. But this is a narrow understanding. True fitness does not begin in the body. It begins in the mind. The body is merely an instrument. The mind is the one that picks it up and plays the melody. Without mental clarity, physical practice loses its direction. Without inner stillness, even the strongest body is restless. Every movement originates from a thought, and every thought is shaped by awareness. To train the body while neglecting the mind is like sharpening a sword you do not know how to wield. The mind sets the intention, maintains the focus, and endures the discomfort. A weak mind will always seek comfort, but fitness requires you to befriend discomfort, to meet it with calm, breath, and steady purpose. Therefore, the first layer of fitness must be mental. You must observe your thoughts, direct them, and know when to silence them. Breath is the bridge between body and mind. It is the rhythm that holds them together. Shallow breath scatters the mind. Deep breath gathers it. In physical training, your breath is your teacher. It shows you when you are tense, when you are resisting, when you are holding fear, and it also shows you the path to calmness. Through breath, you learn to stay present in the middle of effort, to relax even while you are pushing, to stay soft while being strong. This is not only control, it is awareness in action. Then comes the body, not as the master, but as the servant. It moves not because it wants to, but because it has been directed with purpose. Each push up, each stretch, each repetition becomes an expression of internal harmony. You are no longer just exercising, you are practicing alignment. The mind stays focused, the breath remains steady, and the body responds with grace and power. This is when fitness becomes more than a goal, it becomes a state of being. You are no longer fighting your body, you are flowing with it. In this way, fitness becomes a moving meditation. You train not to escape yourself, but to meet yourself more fully. You do not punish the body, you listen to it. You do not fight the mind, you guide it. And in every breath, every movement, there is the opportunity to return to balance. This is the deeper path, not just of becoming stronger, but of becoming whole. In the beginning, many rely on emotion to fuel their actions. They feel inspired, and so they move. They feel excited, and so they train. But emotion is like the weather, constantly changing, never fully under control. One day the skies are clear and energy flows easily. The next, it is cloudy and cold, and the desire disappears. If you allow your moods to decide your actions, your path will always be unstable. Discipline begins when you learn to act not based on how you feel, but on what you have chosen. A decision is not a feeling, it is a commitment. When you say, I will train, or I will care for my health, you must treat it as a promise made in stillness, not a wish made in excitement. The body may resist, the mind may offer excuses, but if your decision is firm, none of these will hold power. Emotional motivation will tell you to act only when it feels right. A decision tells you to act because it is right. This is where consistency is born, not from high energy, but from inner resolve. It is easy to act when the mind is enthusiastic. But what defines strength is how you act when enthusiasm is absent, when you are tired, when you are stressed, when no one is watching. These moments are the true tests of your path, and they are also the moments that build the deepest discipline. Every time you choose action over excuse, you reinforce your decision. You remind yourself that your direction is stronger than your distractions. Consistency may appear slow. It lacks the drama of sudden bursts of motivation. But it is this very quietness that gives it power. Like drops of water wearing down stone, consistent effort transforms not only the body, but the character. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to see that you are no longer controlled by temporary emotions. You are led by something more stable, your will, your clarity, your decision. And that becomes a source of peace in itself. So, do not chase the emotional highs. Let them come and go like passing wind. Instead, return again and again to your chosen path. Whether the day is bright or dark, whether the mind is sharp or foggy, show up, move, breathe, practice. It is not the strength of your feelings, but the strength of your repetition that will carry you forward. Many people begin their fitness journey with their eyes fixed firmly on the outcome. They want the result, the visible strength, the transformation, the recognition. And while results can be meaningful, they are not the goal. They are the byproduct of something deeper, the practice. When you shift your focus away from the end and place it on the process, you begin to unlock real, lasting progress, because the result is not something you chase. It is something that follows you when you stay committed to the routine. Routines are not glamorous. They are often quiet, repetitive, and even mundane. But within that repetition lies your power. The mind becomes focused. The body becomes familiar with effort. The breath learns to steady itself. And Slowly, without force or rush, transformation begins. Not because you demanded it, but because you created the space for it to happen. This is why daily practice is more valuable than occasional intensity. The one who trains a little each day will always surpass the one who trains hard only when inspired. You cannot control how quickly results appear. Some days, progress is invisible. Some weeks, the body feels heavy and the mind questions the effort. But this is the exact moment when the practice matters most. It teaches patience. It teaches humility. You learn to keep moving even when growth is not obvious. This builds not only physical strength, but internal stability. You are no longer swayed by fast success or short-term gratification. You begin to trust the path, not the pace. Daily practice is not only a physical act, it is a form of meditation. Each repetition is an invitation to return to the present. You are not dwelling in what you wish to achieve. You are fully engaged in what you are doing now. This presence is powerful. It trains not just your muscles, but your awareness. Over time, you realize the deeper purpose of the routine. It transforms the way you relate to challenge, to time, and to yourself. So while others may chase results and become discouraged when they don't arrive quickly, remain grounded in your routine. Let others